with the Jaden Show, and here's your host, Jaden Cornelius.
Hey everybody, it's Sunday and it's the Jaden Show, and I've got a wonderful show planned for you today. This woman she wouldn't call herself a motivational speaker. She would call herself, and if I'm correct, an advanced business connections expert. I would also call her all of that and a motivational speaker, ASLA. And she's from up north, from Yorkshire in England. She is amazing and she's so bloody wonderful to talk to. Her name is Nicky Pattinson. So why don't we go and meet our special guest? Nicky Pattinson, welcome to the Jaden Show. From the UK, from good old Blighty. See, I thought I would kind of make it feel like we was having a cuppa and a nice biscuit while having.
Well, you made me feel very patriotic, actually, and I and everybody from Yorkshire in northern UK, and very nice it is on this autumnal day.
Oh, I really miss the seasons.
Yeah,
I must admit, like I used to get a little bit fed up with the January, February bits. That was a little bit draggy. But I really like when I see the photos of that whole change and there's leaves going, I'm like, oh my God, we have two seasons here, hot and bloody hot. Like it doesn't change.
Well, do you know what? I'm going to make you feel sick now, Jaden, because I live on the back of a river and a wood, and the wood is maybe, 15 feet away from me. So the leaves are just turning gold. And it's over the meadow, it's just coming in with a very more mysterious light.
Love it.
Pack your toothbrush, get on a plane, get over it.
Yeah, you might be sorry you said that, sister.
Well,
there might be a little tapperoonie at your door in about 12 hours.
Oh, we've been begging you to come in.
I'll bring some tacos and some good old Mexican stuff so you can feel the vibe here. So how are you doing? So Nicky Pattinson, you are not only a motivational speaker, but an advanced business connections expert.
Well, I laugh when I say, yeah. Let me first say, I laugh when people say motivational speaker, because it's not really how I would describe myself, because there's connotations to that. We've got a backdrop to the way that we think of those two words together. So you're most likely going to think of some bloke with a spinning Lurex bow tie, clapping his hands, going, smile, smile, everything's up. Think positive. And you know what? It's not that at all. All I do is sit down on a chair and tell my freaking story, which is not over yet. But I think that what I have done is made sense of a lot of the downs, some of the tragedy, appreciated some of the moments where I can't believe it's actually me. And I've kind of made sense of it. And I can tell a story that perhaps other people resonate with. If that's motivational, it certainly does seem to make people feel better, then that's all right by me. And the advanced business connection thing, well, you know what? I can't count. So straight away, I am not the shiniest button on the jacket. And all the degrees and the university courses in the world would not have helped me at all. Because quite often the treasure is somewhere else. And for me, I were always told I were a bit thick, the way that I talk. I came from quite an academic family. And on my first day working in a shoe shop in Huddersfield in Yorkshire, I sold more shoes in one day than anybody else could sell in a whole week. And I had no clue how we were doing it. Now, Jaden, and anybody listening, I can tell you every wink of the eye, every wave of the hand that created those connections. And long story short, 'cause it has been an interesting life with a lot of loss and a lot of gain in it. I can walk into any business now and I can go, right, that and that. This is how we use the voice. This is how we write. This is the body language. This is how we tell a story. And immediately people connect to the person, not necessarily the business. That's a different thing. But it's really important now that we can express ourselves in such a way that people relate to us and see us, because we've all made ourselves invisible. And now after COVID, we've got to be very adept at that online, and most people aren't. So it's the skill that we need to learn. And just to finish that, all I do is show you how to connect with people quite often that aren't already in your world, and be welcomed into their world and you into them. Have I said that right? Because if you can do that these days, you're never going to be poor, because we're all invisible and we're all on a default of, no, I don't want your emails. No, I don't want to speak to you. So yeah, there's many dimensions to that. But I learnt it all on a market stall in Huddersfield that we took from £1,000 a week to 2 million a year. And we realised very quickly we weren't selling cakes and biscuits. We were selling the way we made people feel in our unique presence. And that's what made the fortune.
Do you know, for me, that is even more motivational, because I think social media has made us so desperately antisocial. And the fact that we are now scared to be real, because with that realness comes vulnerability and judgment from the majority of others now. We seem to be in a system where people are very quick to make assumptions and negative judgments, but not very quick to buddy, to be a community, to help, to support, to want that connection anymore. It's like, this is my world, and in my world, only what I want exists. So I think what you're saying about bringing the tools that is necessary to be able to connect with people, it's quite sad, because as humans we should be instantly connected to each other, because we're family at the end of the day. But it's also amazing. So for me, it's more motivational than that guy out there with his little flappy turnaround spinny bow tie saying, smile and think positive.
Smile, be positive.
What you think you attract, which is, well, it works on some level. I've got to admit, that the way we think, we feel, and we do attract that. But I think it's like you said, for me, it's about just be like, I can be no one else but Jaden. I just bring to the pot what Jaden is about. So if I want to smile, I'm going to smile. If I want to be silly and stupid, I'll be silly. Like, I can't be anything different. And I like that connection with people. I need that connection with people.
Yeah, well, that's it. But you see what we do, and this is really interesting what you've just said, because the difference between now and only 50 years ago, in this little village of Holmfirth where I live, everybody knew the value of everybody else.
Yes.
So I would have known you because you lived across the road. I'd have known your grandparents, your aunties, your uncles, your brothers and sisters, your parents. You would have made sense to me.
Yeah.
And what do we do now in this world? We delete that which we don't understand, and those which we don't understand, because the world is so full of things that we don't understand. We can't have one more person we don't quite get in our inbox. Yeah. So the skill now is to explain who you are in a millisecond, and we can get it so wrong. It is absolutely a skill, because you're right. Our bullshit, what's the word? I'm going to say investigator, but that's not the word. Our bullshit filter.
Yeah, filter.
So for anybody who don't like old ladies saying the word bullshit. But, our shit filter is very attuned now. And we can tell when you're not quite being you. So we'll delete you. And the skill is we find out who we are and we tell that story. Yeah. Because if you can tell your story in a way that makes sense of you, well, we see a little bit of ourselves in you. And if we can do that, we're never going to deny you, because to deny you would be denying a little part of ourselves.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Well, I think I'm going to put you down as motivational speaker number 1. And then, because, oh my God, we need more people that are just real. That's the thing. That, and like, I think it's been going on. I mean, I remember when I was younger, like in my teens, my best friends lived in Canada. So I would write my letter, send it by snail mail. It would take 6 weeks to get to Toronto. Then I'd have to wait for my mates to answer me. It would take 6 weeks to get back. And that was wonderful. We'd speak to each other every 3 months. Woohoo, in the 90s. Now they're on my Facebook every day. I see the chickens they've got in their back garden. And I know that, what she's going and doing a course on teaching and blah, blah, blah. We don't even speak. We like. And that is it. That whole connection and being a community and respecting others' differences. Part of our DNA is to be fearful of something we don't understand or that's new to us. Racist and discrimination for the whole of the human population from the beginning of time. We've always been scared of that, which is different. But I just think, like you say, we always, our shit filter isn't always that accurate, because it's only filtering our perception of that shit. So actually, what is our shit is possibly someone else's reality, and it's because of their trauma, their past. So it's about, for me, it's almost like what you're saying. It's about encouraging someone to be real, because then you don't, no expectations, no disappointments. You just want someone to be real and comfortable.
Yeah, but you've got to be very quick at how you can do that. Because, like you say, likes, instant. The way we think, our focus, is getting smaller and smaller and smaller. So it is instant. But it's interesting what you're saying, because I were always told that if I continue to speak as I do and be who I am, I would never be anything. And you know what? Who I am has been the fortune. The way that I speak in this Yorkshire accent, the way that I think, the way that I am, my whole being. I'm so glad I never changed myself to suit, my mother or my school's idea of who I should be, because I wouldn't have done half as much. It's just that I hope that people understand me and understand that it's real.
Mm-hmm. Now, for me, I was a pure blood geek. Introverted, extrovert, big, thick National Health glasses, base and haircut. I was like the little Harry Potter when it wasn't particularly trendy, So I literally was going to amount to nothing. I couldn't even get on a bus until I was like nearly 20 years old because I was too shy. So I've always kind of, would have never amount to anything. And I think, like I said, I think when you're, is the word emanating, that energy that you have, I think you do draw to people, you do draw to yourself, your tribe, like people that are kind of receptive to that and actually, without even knowing, support you in that. So I've been a pop star, I'm still doing everything. I'm incredibly shy being around people, but at the same time, I found my ways to adapt to that just by being real. I don't pretend to be anything different to what I am. So,
but those shy moments and those geek moments, that's where the genius came from. Because you found yourself in that. If you'd have been outwardly projecting for the whole of your life, you would never have been able to formulate the Jaden that created what he did. So it kind of makes sense to me what you're saying and what you've done since, because not in spite of. Yeah,
absolutely. And actually, looking back now, the only thing that's slightly disappointing is that I would have been well trendy back in the day. In fact, yesterday I went to a local optician's here because I really do need to be wearing my glasses more. And I was looking at all the frames and everything. I need bifocals. Like, when did I become old and need bloody bifocals? But anyway, I looked at all these frames and I tried these frames on and I was like, okay, I'll have these. And then in that second, it was like, oh my God, these are the exact frames I had when I was 6 and 7 years old. I was beaten to shit wearing the tortoiseshell the tortoiseshell National Health glass frames that I was beaten to shit wearing every single day. And now I'm like, oh my God, now welcome me. Look, I would have been
they are. They're really of fashion now.
Yeah, I would have been a height of fashion if people have only understood me more. So what's coming up for you? What are you doing? Are you doing courses online, in person? What's actually happening for Nicky P at the moment?
Right, so I'm still doing the projects because they're starting again now. I'm actually going to companies where I go in, see what's happening, and then work as one of your people for 3 months or however long it takes. Because there's one thing talking about what works, Jaden, and any teapot can do that. There's another actually showing that it works. Absolutely. And there's so many companies that literally overnight we've doubled sales just by changing the way the people relate to both themselves and the public. And I start on Tuesday, the 12th of October, a little course called Be someone, not everyone. Over 40 and beyond, the greatest success ever. I'm in my 60s now.
Are you?
I know. Thank God. Well, vegan. That's what does it. But you see, I'll tell everybody that because I'm not. The best is yet to come. The days of your mutton dressed as lamb if your hair is past your shoulder at 30, they're kind of gone. So I'm doing an 8-week course there, and I'm doing a few online courses and online days up to Christmas and in the new year. But mostly it's about the same thing. Everything that comes to you in your life comes from your connection with people. It's the golden currency. So whether it's online or in person, or how you express your value and your experience as a woman over 40, it's all comes down to the same thing. It's making yourself totally understood, not to the outside world, but to yourself first.
Right. Super powerful, actually. Super powerful to acknowledge yourself. Great. So I'm going to put down here the links of where people can find you. But if you can just tell me, where can people find you?
Oh, do you know what? NickyPattinson.com. We're just updating the site, actually. But see, I love email. I love opening my email first thing on the morning, and I get emails from people all over the world. And that's my first job on a morning. So you know what? Just email me, Nicky@NickyPattinson.com. I'm on all the social media channels, but just come to me, Nicky@NickyPattinson.com.
Perfect. We're going to have that written down here as well so people can find you. So what are your plans for the future? I know what you're doing now with your online courses, but how do you see things? I mean, how do you want things, situations, people, communities, like how do you see this progressing over the next year?
I'm very clear. So I've put a few one-woman theatre shows on a few years ago now, and I've got to say, I'm not bad on a stage. So I want to do that again. I want to go back to the theatres, to the big speaking events, and do more video, do more film. I don't do enough. And I've got so close to getting my own TV show so many times. And all the big channels have come to me, from NBC a little while ago, the BBC, Channel 4, Channel 5 over here. They've always fallen down at the very last minute. Well, I promise you, before I die, one of them will keep standing up, and it will be massive. So that is where I'm going. And I don't know if it's next week, next year, 10 years, but it's in my future because it's in my heart.
Super amazing. I'm so excited. You have to come back, even when you're like, global megastar up there with Oprah, with your own Nicky Talk show, right? You will come back and let me know so I can post to my 13 fans what you're doing now.
Oh, crikey, it will be a pleasure. Well, you'll be sat at side of me because you'd be on my show, wouldn't you? It might be amazing. Nicky and Jaden. Who knows? Nicky and Jaden show. Come on.
We can both talk.
Yeah, absolutely. We both like animals. We're both vegan.
Amazing. Nicky, thank you. I'm so deeply honoured that you've been on my show. I'm so excited by this.
It's been an absolute pleasure. I wish we could talk for 2 hours because I'm sure that we could.
I'm sure we could. We might have to do this actually, like a little bit of a once a month, not for the viewers, but for us, because it'd be lovely to chat to you more. We'll get our cups of tea in unison, and we'll have a chat. We'll have a bit of a blighty.
Well, I'll tell you what, I'll put a bit of slap on, brush my hair and turn up. You can rely on that.
You're bloody wonderful, you are. But before you go, I want my audience to know the more sensitive, the more in-depth side of Nicky P. So I'm going to do something with you now. It's called Quickfire. I'm going to throw 2 words at you. You are going to shout back to me the one that resonates with you the quickest, okay? You can say pass, but I do need an answer for you. Are you ready?
Yep.
Nicky Pattinson, this is your quickfire. President or royal family?
Royal family.
Harry Potter or Lord of the Rings?
Lord of the Rings.
Pajamas or naked?
Oh, pajamas, fleecy ones. Thank you. That one.
It's chilly up here. Mountain view or forest view?
Mountain view.
Vampires or werewolves?
Werewolves.
Haagen-Dazs or Ben & Jerry's?
Whichever is vegan.
Oh, okay. Actually, some really nice vegan ice creams here. But anyway, endless money or true love?
true love, but with a few quid at the back of it.
With a wallet attached. That'd be nice.
Yeah.
Sunshine or moonlight?
Moonlight.
Oh, I thought we might want to blame it on the boogie. Nicky Pattinson, thank you. Oh, I forgot one actually. Where is it? Oh, what's your favourite music at the moment? Just out of curiosity, what kind of stuff do you listen to?
Tamla Motown, soul, and I love classical music first thing on a morning. So yeah, I love Elgar and I Now Day and soft music in the morning just to get me going. And then I like the Tamla Motown, the old Tamla Motown. You can't beat it.
Okay, so Al Green or Jaden Cornelius?
Oh, Jaden Cornelius, obviously.
It's bloody amazing how my guests choose me. I wish I'd known this before I'd had my interviews.
But whatever you want to do, that's all right with me.
You are the bestest. Nicky Pattinson, thank you so much. Audience, I'm going to have down here Nicky's email and where you can find her. And I hope that lots of people get in touch with you. And thank you once again for being part of my show. You are awesome.
What a pleasure. Take care. Everybody, please take care. Lots of love from Yorkshire.
Take care, honey.
Please don't forget, if you found Nicky really motivational, she's really, really amazing. And you would have seen below where you can get in touch with her. Please don't hesitate to get in touch with her. She's amazing. She's so super friendly. And she could really, really completely change your business. And even if you don't have a business, she could really change the way you look at things. She's so positively positive. And I absolutely adore her. So thanks to Nicky for being part of my show today. Well, we've got a little bit of time there, so I thought maybe let's end on some music. What do you think? How about some, I don't know, Jaden Cornelius? How does that sound? I'm going to say goodbye and I'm going to leave you with me singing. Don't forget to share. Don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget to like. And I will see you next time.
I know you feel alone, so far away from home, and emptiness has been your closest friend and his lies. If you believe that this will change and you can heal your past of pain, and you'll find beauty in the smallest things, and they'll make you smile again. Everything that you think, everything that you say in your life, it becomes how you're feeling. Change your heart, make it right, and inside you will find, in the dark of your night, you'll find the light. I think you're beautiful, you know. Time to let your spirit show. You'll find all that brings you happiness. You're free to love and trust again. This world, it ain't all bad. There is nothing you can't have. And this love that you share with everyone comes back to you again. Everything that you think, everything that you say in your life, it becomes how you're feeling. Change your heart, make it right, and inside you the fear of your past destroy your future. Hold on to love, take this risk, one more chance, you're safe to let your heart love again. Everything that you think, everything that you say in your life, it becomes how you're feeling. Change your heart, make it right, and inside you will find, in the dark of your night, you'll find the light. In the dark of your